Not a lot's really happened in terms of price. Certainly for cryptocurrency, altcoins, Bitcoin, it's a bit, not great, is it? It's teetering on that level of support. But there's a couple of little things that we do need to talk about, which is quite important in terms of the mechanics and behavior of externals around obviously cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin, which is the biggest factor here. I feel that there's a massive warning sign, especially when it comes to Michael Saylor and strategy. I'll explain. But yeah, it's not great, let's be honest. This is where we are right now. On the screen, the market, for me, feels a little bit different. Risk on, risk off. We are at risk off, and we have been for a long time. That's kind of obvious, boys and girls, I know. The bounces have been weak. Moving into the EMA 21, it has been weak throughout. We know this. This is not like unheard of, I know. But this is a thing there's just a situation where everything just feels a little bit. Ugh. We do have a bit of a diverge, but it's not the best, let's be fair. And for me, and if you know this on my Patreon, I will be looking to buy much, much lower down on these levels in and around basically when we lose these kind of areas. I think at some point in the next couple of months, we are going to see these levels. That's my personal thoughts, not financial advice, of course. Everyone, as you know, has a different opinion on Bitcoin, and I get it, right? But throughout the last 18 months, altcoins haven't really been good. There's not much retail hype, which I get. And yeah, there's been less rotations across the board. I get it. But we need to look a little bit deeper in terms of what this is telling us. This is where I think people get it wrong. I think people confuse crypto with Bitcoin or Bitcoin with crypto, if that makes sense. They are very different. Bitcoin has become and has been for a while, for a long time now, a lot more institutional. The rest of the world of crypto, whether you like your altcoin or the website of the altcoin or whatever, insert meme coin here, it's different, very different. It's speculative, very speculative. We've been saying that for a long time. If you've been a follower of this channel, you would have known very, very quickly, about 2-3 years ago now, I was saying the same thing with altcoins. They just don't cut the mustard anymore. There's some stuff out there that could do well with the regulation side, and you know those coins are very obvious. They're in the top 20 pretty much. Hedra Hashgraph, for example, XRP, for example. You get where I'm going with this, the regulatory ones. But even then, do they trust them? Do people trust those sort of assets? I don't know. That's the thing. And the proof will tell us in the next cycle what's going to go mental. We don't know yet. But the first thing that does disappear, and we know this as well, is speculation, the hype, the interest. Why are certain assets doing dog shit? Well, because as you can imagine, the volume's low, retail interest is low, and people have been burned many times by the same hand. But we do need to talk about this. This is absolutely bollocks, this, isn't it, when you think about it? So let me just kind of explain this. Now, I've been in the crypto world for a while, and on the screen you can see very, very clearly that this is all about income. Dividends paid twice a month, 24%. You know, I can see Tom here underneath. If it sounds too good to be true, yeah, let's be honest here. This gives me Luna vibes, if you know, you know. And this is a thing, right? This asset alone, it's supposed to be $100. And I don't understand the full mechanics, but long story short, I think this is what's happening. Don't quote me on this. More than likely, Bitcoin will need to be sold to maintain this. It's a bit different, isn't it? A bit strange. I don't like it. So when we talk about the narrative, let's buy Bitcoin, let's hold Bitcoin forever, and let's never sell Bitcoin. That was always the mantra of Michael Saylor. That's obviously changed. This machine around the preferred shares and the dividend product and the investor confidence, where does this have confidence if it's not going to maintain its levels? That's where I cannot get my head around. As a dividend investor myself, you should be buying quality stocks that have a good balance sheet, that make money, and over time, they can pay their shareholders dividends, profit, because they don't have to put bucket loads of money into the world of like research and to make that, because it's already, you know, it's there, it's done its growth stage, right? But the fact that this is going to be a situation of a maybe Ponzi scheme information-wise, in that sense, it makes you wonder. My biggest concern is the fact that it's changing the narrative of what Bitcoin is. Because if the company now has to sell Bitcoin to maintain said structure, whatever it fucking is, it's a problem. And that narrative of never sell Bitcoin, all the orange dots, it's changed, hasn't it, realistically? It makes you wonder, ever since the world of obviously the institutional buy-in, the ETFs, Michael Saylor, Bitcoin has never not been as good as it. It really hasn't. Yes, it's given us some good returns, but it's nowhere near what it was. And yes, it had to calm down, but the fact of this happening, ooh, it tells you an even different story. Kind of tells me that the easy money's kind of gone and it's a long-term gains, and you got to treat it like maybe an index fund in a way. But when we look at the bigger picture in terms of my data, I am doing some updates to this, by the way, so it is a bit iffy. This is for Discord and Patreon members. But the reality is we are still stuck in this horrible kind of situation where, leverage isn't really like, let's look at the leverage world. See, so bear with me. So one thing's right. Obviously, spot ETFs are huge. This is telling us where money's going. It's going out the market, put it that way. People are flapping. We talk about obviously all this altcoin, yeah, whatever. A lot of longs are getting flushed. There's a lot of fear in the market, and that's it. Leverage and speculation. It's just not the same thing, is it? Like, obviously, we're getting longs getting flushed. That is then creating to speculation drying up because people are not speculating on what's going to be good, what's going to be bad. And obviously, investors want that like kind of safety blanket. Is this going to hold? Is it going to bounce? And that's the thing with crypto right now, especially with Bitcoin. It's not bouncing enough. It's not getting any kind of light. And it's becoming more like a trader's market for just a short at the minute. Realistically, it has been for a while, and positional holding is probably king. So there hasn't really been that kind of growth in any sort of sense. And that's what, has made it even harder. Yes, there's some demand, as you can see. Yes, developers, yeah, that's always been high. But overall, it's just been the same. I am, as you can imagine, going to change some of the logic on here because some of it is quite heavy with Bitcoin dominance, which kind of skewed this a little bit because it's showcasing different vibes. I get it. So I will look into making this better over the next couple of weeks. But overall, when it comes to the likes of Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever it may be, it's just not strong enough. I was looking to go short on Ethereum down to like the three-figure numbers, but we didn't bounce enough. It was like, oh, what's the point? So when we talk about these vibes, yes, Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana, whatever, may well bottom at some point. But the thing with this, we've been doing nothing for days. Nothing. It's just been awful. So yeah, we've got to look at the bigger picture. Yes, Solana's bounced a little bit here, but it's not enough right now. It's far too early to kind of speculate where we're going to go next. So it all looks a bit weak, and yeah, we can go up to $80. That could be a good option, but I don't know. I really don't know right now. October? Come back in October, maybe. I think we just have to be patient. That's kind of the vibe here. Really, we have to be somewhat patient, and that's the hard part of this game right now. It really is. And when we talk about where we are in the market, you can see it's very, very clear. I'm not saying Bitcoin can't go higher. I'm just saying we're not going to go higher yet. We have to be, we have to wait for the bottom. Whether that comes in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, who knows? But my biggest concern is Mr. Saylor. That could be the thing that does it. If not yet done so, please do subscribe to the channel, like for more. I'll be back every single Wednesday, and watch this video. This might help you with some of the risk on, risk off stuff from the past.